Thousands of people have been attempting to flee Tehran after Donald Trump posted on social media calling for the city to be evacuated. Iran's military chief has called for people in Tel Aviv and Haifa to evacuate ahead of a punitive operation. Well, joining me now is Director of Research at Israel's Defence and Security Forum, or Yissachar, or also served as an IDF intel analyst. Or Yissachar, thanks for your time this morning. Thanks for coming on the program. Look, in your view, where do we stand this morning as the world awaits to see if the US will strike Iran's nuclear sites?
Thank you for having me, Kenny. Yeah, well, Israel is carrying on its shoulders the mission of the Western world, which is to remove a clear and present nuclear threat by Iran. And we're in the 11th hour. We've reached the 11th hour where Iran refused any at all attempts for diplomacy, given every chance. And Israel felt that it was with its back against the wall and it had to act. And right now, we've witnessed some phenomenal achievements of Israel stunning Iran, considering itself to be a regional superpower, stunning the regime with a series of surprise attacks on its air defense systems, on its radars, and of course, high-profile regime officials. Right now, Israel has successfully struck a series of nuclear facilities, including in Natanz and Isfahan, missile factory sites, and even oil and energy sites, and most recently, some high-profile regime assets. And President Trump, look, he will have to make his own decision. Of course, a U.S. involvement here will make things smoother and quicker with the kind of B-2 stealth bombers the United States possesses. In the end, it's a sovereign decision by the United States. But as far as Israel goes, it felt that the Iranian nuclear program Iran has decided to break out to a nuclear weapon, and it's posing a clear and present danger to Israel and to the region, of course, and the entire free world.
Would Iran strike US bases and US assets if the United States joins the war?
Look, if the United States joins the war, I anticipate, yes, Iran will attempt to strike U.S. assets around the region. The president was asked about it today, and he said, well, I strongly advise them against striking our troops, and they know that there will be very severe ramifications to that. Let me just remind you that Iran has already threatened to strike any country that participates in the defense of Israel. That would include the United States, that is participating in air defense of Israel. I have to say that the Iranian regime has been surprisingly vulnerable and has been exposed, with the level of exposure of its ranks to Mossad and Israeli intelligence has been stunning. But as you can see on your screen right now, it is not being without any capacity to retaliate. We have gone to the shelter quite a few times in the past few nights, and the Iranian ballistic missiles have proven themselves deadly. Now imagine Iran equipped with 20,000 ballistic missiles, as they plan to do. These very gruesome scenes that you're viewing on your scenes right now of missiles raining down on Israeli cities, causing real damage, could be 10 times, 1,000 times worse. And so we felt compelled to act. And I think the Western world should be thanking Israel right now for removing a clear and present threat on the stability of the world right now.
Can Israel completely destroy Iran's nuclear enrichment capabilities, or does it need the United States? Does it need the bunker bomb, for example?
Look, certainly an involvement by the United States will make things smoother. B-2 stealth bombers, as I mentioned, will have the capacity to strike deep in those underground bunkers in Natanz, in Fordo, and elsewhere. But Israel reserves the right to strike them itself. The top-level officials in Israel declared that the Natanz facility, for example, has been extremely heavily damaged, as well as the conversion facility in Isfahan. And Fordo really does remain the sort of the tough nut to crack, with a deep, buried underground cascades of centrifuges and advanced centrifuges, as Iran already announced it will install. And I would advise to wait and see how the next few days will look like. Right now, it seems that President Trump is, in my view, determined to join the party, as they say. He already basically said that the Iranian regime has crossed every red line. He was given every chance for diplomacy. The IAEA has already announced that Iran is in violation of all of its international commitments, and that the president said, basically, we're looking for unconditional surrender by Iran. let's see how the next few days look like.
Or Yissachar, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming on the program.